Summer's around the corner, and I've got another summer list for you today, but it is Memorial Day weekend, and you guys are probably going to be out and about celebrating, picnicking, barbecuing, and things like that. Are things back to normal? Are you guys experiencing normalcy? Are you in somewhat of a lockdown still? Are you vaccinated and all that kind of stuff? It seems like things are kind of getting back to normal, so I thought together this weekend will be a better holiday weekend than last year around this time. So, as I said, it's a Memorial Day weekend, and I've got a top 20 list of unisex summer fragrances under $100. And there's one fragrance in the mix that's $105, but the rest of them are really under $100, and there's prices as low as $30, there's $40, there's $50, $60, $70, $80. And I also wanted to make sure all fragrances are at least 75 milliliter in size. So 75s and 100s here, so when you factor in the price and the size of the bottle, it's going to be less expensive than, you know, a 50 ml bottle, and even less than a 50 ml, like a 30 ml bottle. So anyway, top 20 inexpensive summer fragrances that are unisex coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. I don't do a lot of inexpensive fragrance review videos. I would like to, but I kind of focus on niche and luxury fragrances. But every once in a while I do like to offer up some excellent inexpensive fragrances that I approve of, that I would wear, which I do, and I've got them here. And they're all unisex offerings, actually. I made sure the list is unisex, so a man and a woman watching could, you know, go out and check these fragrances out, because I wanted to make this channel more unisex rather than masculine leaning or feminine leaning. I know a lot of ladies out there want me to do more ladies fragrances, which I am going to be doing, but today in this video it's all unisex fragrances, all under $100. But before I get to the fragrances though, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please do click the subscribe button below, and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And I'm going to jump right into the list. I want to make this video as a little short as possible. It is a holiday weekend after all, and we're going to start off right off the bat with a ZARA fragrance, Bohemian Sunset in Barcelona. These balls are a little tough for me to read without my glasses on, but this is one of the 3 fragrances that were launched recently that were created by Alberto Morillas, and 2 of the fragrances out of the 3 I really enjoy. One I did not care for at all. This one features bergamot, cedar, mineral note, marine notes, and I do agree I get the minerally touches. I definitely get the marine notes as well, but it's got lots of bergamot, so it's very, very fresh, and little woodsy touches from cedar. So I think it's a pleasant scent. It's at 20, and I do have one more fragrance from this collection higher up, but it's definitely wearable, even though it has those minerally aquatic touches in there as well. So Bohemian Sunset in Barcelona, check that out if you don't know it. So one thing I want to mention is some of these fragrances are suggested retail, and then there are some fragrances like this next one coming up that I found online at discounters, but suggested retail will be over 100. This is Hermes Eau de Pamplemousse Rose, this one right here, and I did see online at discounters for about $60 for 100 ml. And this is a simplistic fragrance from the Hermes Cologne collection, which basically features grapefruits, oranges, and rose. That's why it's called Pamplemousse Rose. Pamplemousse is grapefruit, and rose obviously is rose. And you know, it wears just like that. Light on the rose, very heavy on the citruses of grapefruit and orange. And I feel like it's a great scent to wear when you want grapefruit, zingy, spicy citruses with a light rosy touch running throughout it. I do get some aromatic touches in here as well, but mostly it's about the citruses and of course the rose in here. So that's Hermes Eau de Pamplemousse Rose. Check it out if you don't know it. The next one is another ZARA. There's going to be a lot of ZARA here because ZARA has been cranking out a lot of fragrances. I wanted to include some H&Ms, but I don't think they crank out fragrances as much as ZARA does. ZARA does love fragrances. Although ZARA does discontinue a lot of them, they do bring out a lot of fragrances. This is Amalfi Sunray from the Joe Malone or Joe Loves collection of ZARA fragrances. And you know, it's kind of a beachy orange blossom fragrance. Even though they don't mention anything beachy type of a note in here, there's orange blossom, mandarin orange, bergamot. There is a beachy undertone there, kind of like light coconut or light you know, sunscreen, suntan lotion kind of thing. Light, because it's mostly about the orange blossom, mandarin orange, and bergamot. But as I said, I get like maybe orange, you know, like a sunscreen, suntan lotion, coconut, maybe even sand kind of thrown in to give us kind of like a beach experience, which is kind of fun. Number 18, it's ZARA Amalfi Sunray. Check it out. This collection is about $30 for 100 ml. The Alberto Morillas is also about $30 for 100 ml. The next fragrance is Neroli Woods from Banana Republic. This one actually is also slightly tropical, beachy experience with Neroli. Neroli Woods, it's a woodsy Neroli, but they have orange blossom here in addition to the Neroli. Sandalwood, solar notes, mandarin leaf, coconut, frangipani. So whenever you see coconut, frangipani flower come in, then there is a kind of a tropical experience. I think it's a light tropical, mostly about Neroli orange blossom, so it's a citrus floral, and there are some woodsy touches. And of course, the unique solar notes in here, which complements the tropical touches, because in the tropics and places like that, it's very sunny. So Banana Republic Neroli Woods. This particular fragrance retails for about $70, I believe, or $75, but there are discounts online, which I did not check to see how much the discounts are. The next fragrance is from the house of Mandarina Duck, Freedomland. This collection from Mandarina Duck is fun. I think it's a fun collection. The fragrances are not that expensive because they're at the discounters for about $40 for 100 ml. And if you like the island feeling, boozy, cocktaily feeling, more tropical cocktails rather than like, you know, dark liqueurs and spirits, then I think you would like this one. It's also very, very fruity. It's kind of a trippy experience with the notes in here, but it has lots of pineapple, strawberry, Pisco sour cocktail, Pina Colada, coconut milk, basil, cherry, lemon. It's very fruity. It's a fruity cocktail, basically, come alive. If you like fruity fragrances, inexpensive ones, I would give this one a try because I think it smells really, really great. It smells actually really more expensive than how much you can buy this for. Like it's at the discounters for about $40. I think it's definitely worth about $120. So it's definitely that price range, I think. And I think it's a fun fragrance, perfect to wear in the summertime for something different than citruses. So that's Mandarina Duck Freedomland at 16. The next one is another ZARA fragrance, Fleur d'Oranger from the Joe Loves collection. This is kind of similar to this Amalfi Sunray, but this has the beachy slight tropical touches. This one doesn't. This is more about the Fleur d'Oranger or the Neroli and the orange blossom mixed together. And this one kind of also has a tropical flower in there, which is Ylang-Ylang. But for me, it doesn't go as beachy tropical as much as the Amalfi Sunray does. This one could go tropical, but not necessarily beachy, because Ylang-Ylang is a tropical flower, but it really nicely contrasts beautifully, and actually contrasts but complements the Neroli and orange blossom in here. I think this is a solid release for an orange blossom Neroli fragrance. This collection is pretty darn good too. For about $30 for 100 ml, I think it's really, really great, and this is perfectly fresh to wear in the summertime. So this is Fleur d'Oranger from ZARA, from that Joe Loves collection, Joe Malone collection from ZARA. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about at number 14 is from the house of Maison Berdoux, and this is Assam of India. So this is a very orangey tea experience. This collection from Maison Berdoux, or Berdoux collection, they're all 100 ml bottles for around $85 or $80, and they're kind of simplistic. They have one top note, one heart note, and one base note, but you might get accords wearing them, things like that. But this one I think is a very citrusy, more oranges, but they credit lemons here with tea and sandalwood. So it's a little more complex for a summer fragrance because it has a sandalwood, but it's not overwhelming, so you can get away with it. But it's also very, very cozy. Summertime heat waves exhaust me, so when I want something cozy and relaxing, I would pull for something like this. And as I said, even though it has lemons as a note listed, when you smell it, it smells orangey. Just imagine drinking tea with oranges, or you know, something like that mixed together with woods. That's Assam of India from the house of Maison Berdoux. Definitely great fragrance. I really like that one as a great tea fragrance. The next one I'm talking about is going back to ZARA. This is Morning Sunray in Sevilla, another Alberto Morillas creation. And this one also is a great citrus aromatic fragrance with lots of citruses and citrus flowers as well. It has lemon, citrus blossom, tarragon, rosemary, and jasmine. one. So you've got flowers, you've got citrus flowers, you've got aromatic herbs, and then you have the citruses, and they're all rolled into a beautiful fragrance. I think there's a little bit of a smoky touch from incense in here as well. I'm getting some kind of a little bit of an incensey note, but very, very light, because it's mostly about the other notes as I read. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. There's also a little bit of a dewy touch in here, just a little. So that's Morning Sunray in Sevilla from the house of ZARA. This next one is going back to Hermes. I've got Hermes this time around, and I found this one at the discounters as well for around $65–70. This is Un Jardin sur le Toit. This is a very green and also lightly minty kind of an experience. But, you know, I get minty herbs in here, but it doesn't kind of distinctly stand out as a mint. But yeah, there is some minty touch in here. But they say that there's green grass, red apples, roses, pear, rosemary, magnolia. Beautiful fragrance, very fresh, very refreshing, thirst quenching, perfect to wear in the summertime. It's mostly citruses and of course aromatics with light fruity touches and flowers. Beautiful fragrance. Un Jardin sur le Toit. Check it out. I think you might find some great deals as I did when I was researching for this particular video. So that's from the house of Hermes. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is from the house of Mandarina Duck again. This is Into the Jungle. So this one is a citrus aromatic fragrance, and actually it has, even though it's unisex targeted, this collection of fragrances from Mandarina Duck are unisex targeted, but I feel like this one might lean a little masculine, a little, not too much, but it is very, very fresh and aromatic. Features lemons, vetiver, violet, tangerine, oak moss, lavender, rhubarb, cherry blossom, and rose. You know, it's an aromatic fragrance with lots of citruses. The herbs do come in, the woods does come in as well, but I think it's pleasant to wear when it's warm outside. I think it's perfect. It also has a little bit of a substance to it. It doesn't act very fresh. So if you want something freshy, like a freshie to wear in the summertime with a little depth to it, this is something you would pull. So that's Into the Jungle from the house of Mandarina Duck. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is from the house of Ylang-Ylang. This is Bergamot Calabria. Ylang-Ylangl's Bergamot Calabria I have a full review of on the channel. Go check it out. But I was doing some research online and I discovered that there are some discounts on this one for a 120 ml bottle, I believe, or the 4.2 ounce bottle for about 50 bucks. A great price for this, somewhere around 50, and I think it's definitely worth it for a bergamot focused fragrance. It's very, very fresh, and this one features notes of bergamot, petitgrain, ginger, cardamom, woods, and musk. The bergamot and petitgrain together are so beautiful because you have the juicy citruses of the bergamot, the green bitter leaves of the bitter orange tree. There's some zingy spicy ginger in here as well. I think it's definitely worth it, and when it's really, really hot outside, this will really, really satisfy. So check it out, Bergamot Calabria from the house of Ylang-Ylang. A great, great fragrance. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is from the house of Molinard. This is Fig. Fig is a great fragrance. It's fruity, it's fresh, it's green, wonderful, and also citrusy as well. And I think it's perfect to wear in the summertime if you want something a little fruity rather than your traditional citrus fragrance. So Fig's green leaves, lemons, blackcurrant, cedar, musk, floral notes, and jasmine. The combination is great, probably one of the better Fig fragrances, and I like it. I like a little fruity with my citruses and musks and woods, you know? Great fragrance. So that's Fig from the house of Molinard. If you don't know it, do check it out. The next fragrance is a little bit of a curveball, and I wanted to feature this house a little more, but this is the only fragrance I have. And even though it's a deeper, woody, earthy fragrance, I think you can totally get away with wearing it in the heat. I was, when I first bought it, it was really, really hot and humid. It's Yves Rocher Nouveau Genre. It's a patchouli, but it's a light patchouli, and it'll leave a trail, wears thin, it doesn't wear overwhelmingly intense and deep and rich, but it's mostly about patchouli with tonka beans, and it smells fantastic. And it garners me compliments. Really, really, people, like women, really love the way this one smells. And as I was saying, I was wearing it when I was really, really hot outside, and when your body's warmed up, the trail is going to be fantastic. If you like compliments, I would definitely go for this. This is traditionally for around $85 for 100 ml on their website, and they do have sales on these all the time. I always mention the sales. Look for sales. If they're not on sale, wait for a sale, because they usually go 50% off. So a bottle of 100 ml fragrance will be around $42.50. So that's a great, great price. So Nouveau Genre, a great earthy patchouli that you can get away with wearing in the summertime. So that's from Yves Rocher. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is going back to the house of Banana Republic, and this is 78 Vintage Green, and this is a great fig fragrance once again. I love this fig fragrance. I actually like it a lot more than this one. I mean, they're very good, both of them, but this one actually to me is just a great greenish kind of fig fragrance. It's less on the fruits, more on the green, and I think that's probably what it is, but it's also very, very fresh. Lots of bergamot here, green leaves, green tea, figs, mandarin orange, jasmine, magnolia, vetiver, musk. I think if you're tired of wearing, you know, straightforward citrus fragrances, or, you know, the typical designer fragrances, you want some change of pace, this is kind of a great change of pace. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's like, you know, it's figgy, it's fruity, it's fresh, it's green all at the same time, and it'll transport you to some kind of a garden setting with all these different notes, you know? Beautiful fragrance. This, once again, similar to the Neroli woods, they're about $70, $80 for a 75 ml. I think these are 75 ml bottles, but they are definitely on sale at the discounters. You can get them half price. So vintage 78 Vintage Green from Banana Republic, a great fragrance. The next fragrance, I'm shocked at how great the price was when I discovered it online. Going back to the house of Hermes, it's Concentré Orange Vert. I saw some testers on sale at Fragrance Net for about 55 bucks. I immediately snatched a bottle because this is a brand new one. I bought full retail for about $140. That's why I'm featuring it here today in this video. But Concentré Orange Vert to me smells like green citrus woods. Lots of orange here, basil, cedar, patchouli, amber. It's a classic fragrance, but very, very a pleasant smelling citrus woody fragrance with the orange note. But to me, I get a lot of green bitter leaves in here, that bitter petitgrain type notes, which they don't credit, but I'm assuming it's in here because that's all I could smell. Lots of citrusy woody green notes. Love this stuff. Anyway, this is a great fragrance from the house of Hermes, perfect to wear in the summertime. Hermes Concentré Orange Vert. There is the original version of that, which I like, but I prefer the Concentré because it has a more deeper smell, you know? The next fragrance might be a little too much, but not too much, you know? It's from the house of Shea and Blue. This is Blood Oranges. I love this stuff. It smells like such great blood oranges, so beautiful. And sad, only thing about this one, it does dry down to a little strong leather, but when you first spray blood oranges, the oranges are just amazing. They smell so great. Beautiful, cozy, ambery blood oranges here with leather, some woods, musk, and amber. Go easy on the trigger with this one, and I believe this is an eau de toilette, so it's not going to overwhelm too much, but that blood orange blast at the top is phenomenal, and I love that about it. So this is Shea and Blue Blood Oranges, wonderful fragrance. The next fragrance I'm talking about is Essential Parfums Bergamot, Nice Bergamot, this one right here. Once again, a beautiful bergamot, but this is nicely blended with jasmine, ylang-ylang, cedar, tonka beans. Beautiful concoction, very juicy, green citrusy bergamot, and I love bergamot. I think bergamot as a standout note is perfect. It's easy to wear, crowd pleaser, it's fresh, it's invigorating, it's sparkling, it's effervescent. And you know, bergamot is usually featured as a top note in a lot of fragrances, but when it's a star on its own, it's really, really beautiful to wear, and I love it. And it's perfect fragrance to wear in the summertime. So that's Essential Parfums Nice Bergamot. I almost feel like saying Nice Bergamot, as in the city of Nice. Now this next fragrance is from the ZARA Joe Loves collection, but it's turned out to be such an amazing fragrance. Such an amazing fragrance. I can't believe how good this is. This is Vetiver Pamplemousse. Beautiful. I love this one. It smells realistic grapefruit, very zingy, spicy, contrasted with the vetiver. Oh my god, it is so good. There's also some mandarin oranges here. And even though it's got vetiver, and vetiver can get heavy and, you know, deep and rich and earthy woody, I think it's light enough here and beautifully contrasted with that zingy grapefruit at the top that I think it's easy to wear and perfect to wear in the summertime. Perfect. I just love the way this smells. I love this smell so much that I just keep wanting to spray it because, you know, I want that smell and I don't want that smell to go away. It's so good. So Vetiver Pamplemousse from the house of ZARA is great, great fragrance. And that fragrance retails for about 30 bucks. And I think it's a perfect summer fragrance if you're on a budget. Next one is is going to the house of Maison Berdoux once again. This is Selva do Brasil. Ultimate green fresh fragrance. So green and leafy. Green leaves, citrus leaves is what this one's all about, but it's known for petitgrain. Petitgrain is the bitter orange green leaves. So it's got lots of petitgrain, tonka beans, and guaiac wood, and it's simplistic. It doesn't have a lot of notes going for it, but you do get some bergamot citruses in here, light spices and things like that, and of course some woods in the dry down. Beautiful fragrance. I think it's perfect to wear in the summertime. Great green fragrance called Selva do Brasil from the house of Berdoux. And my last fragrance is the one for $105 for the 100 ml. I had to include this one, and it's over $100, but I think it's totally worth it. And if you guys like this for a fragrance house commodity, you can use my discount code and you'll save 10% off to buy a bottle of this. It's the Perfume Guy 10. This is Nectar. Nectar is amazing, amazing smell. Such beautiful zingy citruses of pomelo mixed with the flowers of the citruses, and also throwing in some honeysuckle, throwing in some tangerine, some bergamot, orange blossom, musk and vetiver. Oh my god, it's an amazing concoction. Just a beautiful, beautiful citrus concoction that I can't get enough of. It's the most amazing smell. All those notes working together just are intoxicating. It's almost like you're running through an orange grove and flowers on the ground. You're breaking them down and you're kind of releasing scents, not only from the ground, but also the scents that are up there from the trees of the oranges, the leaves and things like that. That's what this smells like. And it's so fresh, so beautifully fresh. It's not only fresh and floral, but fresh and citrusy, light woods and things like that, but beautiful. It's really, really beautiful fragrance. I think this is a top-notch release from this house, and I love wearing it. So this is Nectar from the house of Commodity, and that's my #1 favorite fragrance, unisex fresh fragrance under $100. Yes, it's $105, but as I said, I have a discount code set up with Commodity. It's Perfume Guy 10, and you go to their website and save 10% off of that particular fragrance. And they also have small sizes as well, and samples as well. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this list. I hope you're ready for Memorial Day. I hope you guys are all safe and sound and enjoying more freedom we're having all of a sudden with the pandemic coming to an end. Slow end, I think. Very, very slow end. Let me know if you like these fragrances. Let me know if you've tried them. Let me know what you'll be wearing over this Memorial Day holiday and this summer. Let me know. Less expensive fragrances and more expensive fragrances. I'd like to find out what you'll be wearing. And again, I appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.